Hello there. Today I'll be bringing the second batch of style reference codes I mined over the past weeks. Apologies that it hasn't been a weekly thing, but that seems unrealistic for me at the moment. Once again, I'll be uploading a convenient PDF file, in which you can easily look up specific keywords related to each of these codes. The PDF will be uploaded to my Patreon, to which you will find a link in the description. This batch will consist of codes 10050 up to 10198, and once again I'll bring some extra attention to my favorites from this batch at the end. Let's get into it straight away, starting at 10050. 10050. Mixed media artwork depicting surreal scenes with whimsical characters, oversized objects, and bold patterns in teal, black, pink, white, gray, turquoise, and blue tones. 10051. Dark fantasy world, created in Unreal Engine 5, with a photorealistic, high-resolution, high-detail, cinematic style. 10052. A showcase of surreal landscapes, floating spheres, and dreamy pastel colors. The background is an abstract sky with soft hues of pink and orange. 10053. Unkeyed video footage, the colors are green, blue, and purple, with a glitchy VHS effect. 10054. Game key art. Vibrant colors, a fantasy background and setting, in the style of fantasy artwork. 10055. The style is photorealistic, cinematic, and full body, with an anime-inspired Japanese style and 2D graphics. 10056. Dark fantasy, wide shot, dark colors, dark atmosphere, dark background, 90s style anime, still frame from movie. 10057. Architectural images, green and blue, depicting modern buildings and nature. Hyperrealistic details, soft focus, and watercolor. 10058. From the early 1970s, in black and white, with a punk rock scene style. Vintage monochrome photography. 10059. A muted color photograph of an A24 film, still with a minimalist composition. 10060. Concept art style for dynamic scenes, with brush strokes and an oil painting aesthetic. 10061. Hued anime style, with realistic and cinematic backgrounds. 10062. Photorealistic style, which prioritizes autumn colors like orange, yellow, and green tones. 10063. Postcard style, with a bright and colorful atmosphere, printed on vintage paper. 10064. Dark anime fantasy style, suited for dynamic action shots in black and dark brown tones. 10065. Simplistic and moody illustration in the style of John Bauer, using a darker tone watercolor painting style. 10066. High-resolution, illustration of doll-like fashion photography. 10067. Abstract line art, with colorful blue, purple, orange, and white hues. 10068. Chinese-style comic book illustration using simple strokes. 10069. A vibrant painting style, which is good for dynamic and colorful images. 10070. Abstract art paintings of colorful nature landscapes, geometric shapes and forms, multiple exposure style. 10071. A monochromatic color palette, a surrealistic landscape, simple children's ink drawing with heavy lines. 10072. A dark fantasy anime-style illustration with heavy orange and black colors. 10073. Hand-drawn, in a simple, childish style with bright colors on a white background, using heavy black lines. 10074. Colorful ink painting, fairyland scenery, fantasy traditional Chinese painting. 10075. Anime style in a fantasy setting with a purple and white color scheme. 10076. A cartoon style with low details, no shadows, and no shading, against a white background. 10077. A surreal dreamscape, psychedelic oil painting, with neon colors, against a dark background. 10078. The style is a blend between 3D minimalism and vibrant cartoon illustration. 10079. The style uses bold lines, a high contrast, and a pink elements on an otherwise black and white background. 10080. A dreamy atmospheric style using very soft pastel tones and flat color blocks. 10081. A realistic dark fantasy digital art style, high-resolution cinematic color quality. 10082. Dark fantasy style, misty ambience, good for setting a mysterious dark mood to images. 10083. The illustration style is simple, with red accent colors and dark gray tones. This is perfect for character design concept art. 10084. Mid-century modern design style, featuring dark purple and red hues, with some orange highlights. 10085. An overall romantic mood, with realistic illustrations using mainly gold and green tones, in the style of Maxfield Parrish. 10086. A colorful 3D cartoon style using watercolor effects on a white background. 10087. The focus is on the vibrant color palette and modern aesthetic, highlighting the subject's stylish outfit in various settings. 10088. A cute and simple cartoon drawing style, using light colors and thick lines. 10089. Digital landscape style, using an orange color palette, a white background, and a photorealistic aesthetic. 10090. A heavy black and white style with some yellow or blue highlights. Ink painting with bold brush strokes. 10091. The style is realistic, with a touch of surrealism, strongly relying on the use of teal colors. 10092. A dark fantasy style, using strong line art and illustrating a heavy ink drawing using a lot of black and orange. 10093. A dark atmosphere, cinematic lighting effects, and high-resolution style using neon blue and pink highlights. 10094. A colorful graphic illustration, using colorful and abstract vector graphics with a strong sense of geometry. 10095. Watercolor illustrations, using mainly pink, teal and yellow colors on a white background. 10096. Atmosphere of mystery and allure, reminiscent of the fashion photography style in vogue. Black and red. 10097. Retro anime movie aesthetic, high-resolution 3D animations. 10098. A red, orange and blue digital painting with blurred edges, and an ethereal, mysterious atmosphere. 10099. Abstract digital art illustrations, extreme vibrant and colorful vector graphics. 10100. An ink hand-drawn children's drawing using a monochrome cyan and black color scheme. 10101. Graffiti art style, using bold lines, vector graphics and a high contrast on a clean background. 10102. White line drawing on a dark background, high detail and contrast. 10103. Stylized illustration style using muted colors, primarily red and brown tones. 10104. Landscape oil painting style, realistic and using natural lighting. 10105. An artistic dreamlike landscape painting, modern art style using primarily pink tones. 10106. 80s anime style, retro palette 2D animation with cel shading, red is dominant. 10107. Muted sepia illustration, cartoon drawing with detailed characters and clear lines. 10108. A realistic style, with high detail, good at depicting landscapes. 10109. Vector graphic design elements, very Art Deco. Suitable for branding and marketing material. 10110. A popping 3D animation style with anime elements. 10111. Fashion, graphic design with vibrant neon pink and teal colors, hard and bold colors. 10112. Blurry architectural photography, soft blue and brown tones with grainy texture. 10113. Cute style with very bright results, 3D animation with lots of white and yellow tones. 10114. Photorealistic, editorial style with lots of orange tones. 10115. Horror style but drawn with crayons, giving it a children's TV show vibe. 10116. Psychedelic dark art style, lots of blue tones in a monochromatic scheme. 10117. Futuristic dark screen caps, overall dark with lots of bright highlights. 10118. Old school comic book style. Warm tones of red, yellow, and gray. 10119. Soft semi-realistic style, very bright. 10120. Chibi anime style, very sharp and bold lines, and high contrast. 10121. Dynamic game graphics, using red and pink highlights. 10122. Dynamic, detailed artwork with a dominantly white background, using paintbrush strokes to make colourful highlights. 10123. Cinematic style, great for nighttime scenes, predominantly blue tones, with red and orange highlights. 10124. Colorful illustrations in a decorative handwoven style. 10125. Comic book style illustration, graffiti-like, using bold and vibrant teal and yellow. 10126. A dark background with very bright and bold neon highlights in pink, teal and white. 10127. A whimsical cartoon illustration using bright pastel colors. 10128. Neon-lit 3D style, surreal and dynamic effects were added. 10129. A colorful crayon drawing or a painting style with blocks of color. 10130. A realistic pencil drawing style using sepia browns. 10131. A gothic style using blues, blacks, and whites. Dark detailed art. 10132. Comic book style, using vibrant colors to create dynamic scenes. 10133. Highly detailed realistic illustrations, dynamic comic book style. 10134. Futuristic industrial black and white style using green tones. 10135. Children's book comic style, very stylistic with vibrant bold colors. 10136. Blocky colors, very vibrant use of pink, yellow, and orange in a realistic image style. 10137. A surreal realistic style using muted colors and a vague foggy effect. 10138. Synthwave style, using pinks and purples with a grid-like background. 10139. Colorful painting style, using dotted paint brush strokes to create coherent illustrations. 10140. A cinematic still style that is very realistic and uses mainly green and red tones. 10141. Neon expressionist doodle fusion. 10142. Minimalist nature sketch fusion. 10143. Apocalyptic spectral fire art. 10144. Neo-noir cyberpunk nightscapes. 10145. Romantic ink sketch aesthetics. 10146. Digital ink Pointillism dreamscapes. 10147. Sepia tone time capsules. 10148. Green energy abstract brushstroke symphony. 10149. Enchanted Gothic fairy tale. 10150. Ethereal celestial ink wash dreamscape. 10151. Grungy autumnal grounded existence. 10152. Eerie disquietude in minimalist form. 10153. Ominous Gothic crypt atmosphere. 10154. Sepia-toned realism sketch storytelling. 10155. Vibrant grungy horror cartoon. 10156. Dark ethereal realist dreamscape. 10157. Psychedelic neon geometric 3D landscape. 10158. Grungy anime cyberpunk aesthetics. 10159. Abstract psychedelic pattern play. 10160. Dystopian architecture in post-apocalyptic realism. 10161. Blue fragmented nostalgic realism. 10162. Surrealist dreamlike poetic composition. 10163. Gritty colorful sci-fi fantasy action. 10164. Vibrant eccentric oriental comic art. 10165. Authentic vintage Japanese photography imagery. 10166. Spiritual golden textured abstraction. 10167. Silent gritty haunted monochrome photography. 10168. Cyberpunk neon futurist noir. 10169. Abstract minimalist colorful forms. 10170. Sepia-toned battlefield nostalgia. 10171. Golden hour minimalism dreamscapes. 10172. Low poly distorted surrealism. 10173. Retrofuturistic steampunk cityscapes. 10174. Dark fantasy ethereal gothic imagery. 10175. Dreamy blue-hued enchantment. 10176. Gritty modern realistic painting. 10177. Chibi 3D game screenshot. 10178. Pop art, minimalist, vector aesthetic. 10179. Pastel idyllic whimsical scenery. 10180. Monochrome pastel soft aesthetic. 10181. Mythical heroic colorful fantasy. 10182. Melancholy anime realism. 10183. Pixelated geometric colorful mosaics. 10184. Monochrome apocalyptic distorted reality pencil drawings. 10185. Dreamlike pastoral cottagecore art. 10186. Leathery 3D red and black visualizations. 10187. Psychedelic vibrant digital dreamscapes. 10188. Monochrome ethereal minimalist illustrations. 10189. Hyperrealistic bold color block photography. 10190. Whimsical miniature toy worlds. 10191. Neon-infused psychedelic photography. 10192. Stylized 3D cityscapes. 10193. Whimsical pastel fairy tale worlds. 10194. Brown-toned anime screen cap. 10195. Childlike and imaginative doodle art. 10196. Nostalgic vintage photography. 10197. Old masters timeless art. 10198. Dark and twisted disturbing horror. 10199. Anime-inspired adventures. Now for the fun part, these are some of my favorites from this batch. 10052. This style is perfect for creating surreal environments and fantasy planets. The style uses soft pastel colors and is very creative and innovative. 10134. A futuristic style that's pretty gritty and dark, with cinematic graphics. I believe this style can work very well for concept art. 10072. A dark fantasy anime style. The style is very dominant in orange and black tones, perfect for silhouetted images. The color scheme is perfect for an autumn type of vibe. 10173. Hand-drawn concept art sheet for steampunk objects. This style tries to incorporate copper pipes and cylinders wherever it can. This is perfect for drawing or drafting schematics with a very unique design. With that said, that's basically what I wanted to go over. That was another batch of style reference mining. I look forward to the next one and hope you do too. As always guys, if you're interested, there is a Patreon with all prompts used and a convenient PDF file to help you look through all this. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know which of these is your favorite in the comments.